Natasha.
Debbie.
Show.
The show.
Welcome to it. Just two patriotic girls.
Learning about the world.
So please, don't take us the wrong way. I just schooled the hairstylist
She did.
on some hair stuff.
She educated me.
Educated?
Educated.
We don't really say that in America.
No, we jokingly say it quite often.
Yeah, well, Debbie says it more often than not. Hi, welcome to the Ziggy.
It's David and Debbie show.
No, it's Ziggy Stardust and Debbie
Okay.
show. No, in all seriousness, guys, thank you for being here today.
Mm-hmm.
This is one of, this is our Remembrance Day weekend episodes?
Yes.
Show? Yeah.
Both episodes this weekend, we're going to be taking a look and honoring those that have served and serve.
Yes. I'm like, what?
Serve and have served.
Yeah, that's
Boy, we're awkward today.
we are a little off, but we'll be fine. And of course, before we continue, as always, we want to thank you, veterans watching and those that are actively serving in the armed forces, be it Germany, United Kingdom, the US, everywhere. I cannot sit here and go through everyone
all
gets
the
mad at me.
allies.
I can't do it all. There's too many. So with all sincerity, these two Americans, as usual, and always will, thank you for your service.
Thank you.
So yeah, we are going to spend the weekend here taking a look at some stuff in honor of Remembrance Day. And don't forget, remember them first, but remember me too the day after.
I know, because that's Natasha's birthday.
The day after, the 12th, which is not the 11th, so.
But it's a good way to remember Natasha's birthday.
After remembering them, they're a lot more important than I am. So today's episode, we were excited about this.
I know, this looks so exciting. I can't wait to learn more about this. We're going to take a look at Forging the Arctic Commando with the Royal Marines.
We love the Royal Marines. Now, having said what this is, we have had comments in the past, and we know there's some people that don't like our channel for the simple fact that we like the military. And we are not sorry for that in any way, shape, or form.
Nope.
Our families we come from military families, but not in the sense of like they were in like great wars or anything like that.
Right.
But they still served our country, and that respect is something that we take very seriously. So we don't apologize. And to those that don't like our channel for that reason, sorry about your luck. And to those that do respect the military, God bless you.
And thank you.
Yeah.
We should respect those that help to protect our own lives, our own countries, and protect the rights of people around the world.
You play the ultimate sacrifice of putting their life on the line. And I just want to say too, you can love the military and respect them and not like war. I've said that before on an episode, and I think a lot of people misunderstand that you can't separate the two. Like you have to like war.
Right.
No, we hate war. We hate war. So I'm just saying that. And that needed it to be said, even though it shouldn't have to be. So this video says, come with us to the frozen north. Going to the Arctic. Another reason why I won't be couldn't be a Royal Marine.
Yeah, I'm not going for the frozen stuff. Snow and ice and
No.
freezing burr.
No, freezing burr. You heard it here. Debbieism. All right, anyway, enough of us talking. Sorry about that. But let's dive into this video and learn and see what they have to do in the Arctic. And I'm already cold.
I'm right.
We know that we train in the harshest of environments and we don't stop when the weather gets bad.
In order to survive, just to survive, your drills have to be world class.
I think the most important thing is survivability, being able to outlast our enemy.
Every moment you're in the Arctic, it is trying to hurt you or kill you.
Let's just take a moment to look at that sentence right there. For those that live there, wow.
Yes.
And you know what? I should have said this at the beginning, but watching this video, I think already it's doing it for me. Gives also more reason why we need to respect and give more love, and why we already do respect the military for the conditions that they go through, what they do just to protect us, all of us.
Just to be prepared for the in case you need to.
Absolutely. Okay, they're officially stormtroopers. That's sexy as hell.
It's funny you bring up the stormtroopers.
Because that's hot. Sorry, but that's just hot.
Men in white.
Uniforms are hot. Women in white. Women in white. Dear God.
I get chills.
What the?
Like exciting chills.
I'm getting freaked out. That looks terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
So training in Norway not only prepares you for battle and operations in the high north, it prepares you for operations all over the world. My early experience was I passed out of recruit training. A few months later, went to Norway, done a really hard, arduous Norway, and then the next again winter, I was in Afghanistan.
That's a big change.
Yeah.
So the skills to keep warm, to still operate when the conditions are bad, were all learnt from Norway. And that's
Really?
been a real solid foundation to my career in the Royal Marines. If you take the worst case scenario, say a peer adversary has taken ground in the high north and 3 Commander Brigade as UK Defence's experts in mountain and cold weather warfare, we'd be sent in first, sort of pave the way for the remainder of the force. We'd look to hit softer targets, so logistical nodes, small teams that are out and about enabling greater actions for air controllers, drone operators, and targets that can be hit that have maximum effect.
Okay.
Now, without shelter, without food, without water, the enemy is severely restricted in this environment. So if we can take out that support to the frontline enemy troops, we're going to be doing a good job.
First of all, with water and shelter, I'm still not surviving in that.
I know, it's very, very cold.
Hi, Norwegian friends. And I'm just sorry, but that's just an epically cool uniform.
Mm-hmm.
That is so cool.
That looks pretty badass.
That is badass and hot and sexy. Did I mention it was sexy?
No, you didn't.
Okay. Sorry. Well, I meant to. We have a P.O. box, and my size is... I would wear that.
The whole uniform?
Yeah. No, it would weigh
You'd
too
wear it
much.
all winter?
No, it would weigh way too much, I'm sure. It's just
Especially with the
coolish.
pack.
Even their guns are white.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you got to blend in, right? But no, this is interesting already. Like, just like hearing him talking about how Norway itself, like, prepared him for Afghanistan. I would never have thought that.
No.
I would thought you would need training in both warm and cold climates,
Exactly.
but
How to
makes
stay
sense.
cool and how to stay warm.
Yeah, this is interesting.
We've got a long history with Norway in terms of the formation of commandos, and some of the very first operations in World War II were conducted up and along the Norwegian coast.
Did not know that.
We've been meaningfully training in the Arctic in Norway for over half a century. And it's that sort of collective experience which we see distilled down into our mountain leaders.
That's all.
And it's one of the reasons why we can take people relatively unfamiliar with the Arctic and very quickly train them up to a good standard.
You couldn't with me.
So mountain leaders are the
Mountain
UK
leaders.
defence specialists in Arctic and mountain warfare. To operate in the mountains, it takes a combination of really extremely difficult skills. So amphibiosity, you've got cliff assault and
No.
reconnaissance. Now,
Badass.
doing that in the mountains is extremely difficult.
Yeah,
Doing it
I
in the
bet.
Arctic is
More
just
difficult.
as hard, if not harder.
I would think harder.
Our
Harder.
secondary role to the operational side of things is to train the rest of 3 Commander Brigade in those skills. So
Okay.
Arctic and mountainous warfare.
Well, this makes sense. You can do this, you can definitely go to Afghanistan. Oh, look at the Northern Lights there.
Ultimately, right, it's only you, now that you're in that situation, that's going to get yourself out of it.
As soon as they throw the temperature up, it's like,
Be
"Grr."
proactive being non-permissive environment, which is the way we should be thinking, putting as much distance between you and that enemy right before you even start to consider what to talk about.
This is nerve-wracking for some reason. The music's not making it better.
I heard a few lads back on camp talking about how arduous Norway is.
Yeah.
I've enjoyed the whole course, I'll be honest. Some lads will think a lot differently.
He's a different type of person to be
Sure
a soldier.
does. Say, hey, I want to go there
And just do it at all. And
Some lads have never skied in their lives.
I have
It's the
not.
first time they put skis on. That in itself is a challenge. And then as soon as you add
Right.
a weapon system,
yeah, the weight.
your battle kit, and also a Bergen to that, it starts getting really, really difficult.
What they do to prepare for us, to protect us, my hat's off. I wonder what the weight is actually of all the equipment.
True.
So there's many dangers that come with working in a cold weather environment, particularly Norway. The rate of cold weather injuries, if you're untrained, would be extremely high. You just need to look back at previous wars, and large chunks of forces were brought to the knees through just cold weather injuries alone, through maybe a lack of food, which would then cause a lack of energy in the body, and then hypothermia.
Yep.
Hypothermia goes hand in hand with frostbite.
No.
Operating out here, it's not only the snow and the cold, it's the mountainous environment. All this is conducive to bringing a force that is normally operable all over the world to absolutely inoperable if they're untrained.
I mean,
Do you see how cold I am? Can you see my goosebumps just from watching this?
I know, getting you chilly.
I'm seriously freezing watching this, but also thinking about it, like actually being there, hearing their
know.
words and like putting myself into their shoes and the best I can in my mind. And it's like, again, not everyone's cut from the same cloth. Like some people can
Definitely
be doctors and nurses.
Mm-hmm.
That's tough. I could not do that either, especially the
No.
nurses part.
No.
It's all different, you know. Yeah, you know what I mean. But it's just I have respect for everybody on the front lines of everything, including doctors and nurses as well.
And
But
obviously, what we're watching is a training thing, so
yeah,
these soldiers aren't
a look into it, right?
a look into it. But I mean, I'm thinking back to the soldiers that were actually in war and have to survive these conditions, probably not trained like they are today, and just having to survive the elements, let alone also facing an enemy that is, trying to kill them too.
Absolutely.
There's a few different types of shelter we can use. The first one, if you're in the tree line, is a brushwood shelter.
Oh,
They're quite time consuming to build. So like a lean-to using branches and wood, stuff to insulate you from the ground, block the wind.
There's no way just a fire is going to keep them warm out there. No way.
The other one is a quincy. So if you've not got that much snow, you could pile up snow in a big mound,
Are they just using
flatten
a
it all
fire
down
out there?
and dig into it. And it's essentially a snow shelter. I tend to use and teach as much as possible either a snow cave, so digging into sort of heavy snow bank. It's minimal hours to construct, minimal effort.
I wouldn't
But you're
think
out the
that.
elements,
Imagine.
totally out the elements. The temperature outside could be minus 20, but inside with a candle on and maybe a 4-man team to heat the inside space with a candle, you're looking at about 0 degrees.
Wow. Still no.
For Royal Marine Commandos, Norway is in our blood in that respect. It's always been one of those almost rites of passage, rightly or wrongly.
I did not know this.
No.
There are some instances where you probably don't feel like a real bootneck until you've done a Norway.
I see.
I love those skis. It's awesome.
So the icebreaker drills, I mean, that's a thing that everyone really affiliates to Norway
What?
in general, jumping in that ice cold water,
What, skis on?
getting the shock of your life.
Oh, no. 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 I have like, what, 3% Norwegian in my...
Not
It's a
happening.
lie.
So if somebody's went through the ice, they have a number of effects that happen. So cold shock is when they body first experience, unexpected,
Damn.
extreme cold water all over the body. If they're in there for a long time,
Hypothermia.
then that's when it becomes really dangerous.
Yeah.
The chances of hypothermia after a few minutes of in there are increased greatly.
Oh,
If
yeah.
there's a high wind, that is also a massive concern for us because by convection, the body is cooled
No.
rapidly.
Okay, we saw the one video in Sweden of the ice bath, and I thought I was going to freeze to death just watching that.
I know. Yeah, people do that.
Yeah, and don't know why.
And people do that.
I'll take the sauna. Did I say that right?
Yeah, it sounds right.
I just think it's insane, but at the same time, like I get why they do it. I did not know they did that, and
Well, that way you, if it happens to you,
jeez, badasses.
one of your fellow soldiers, you know how to take care of them afterwards.
They can do it themselves. They're jumping in there for training
You know?
purposes. They got this crap, man. That's insane. No, in Norway too. Like
Mhm.
you're just jumping in the English Channel or something. Like okay, whatever. I mean, I'd still freak out for that, but they're jumping in
Yeah, frozen.
frozen,
Mhm.
like frozen.
The frozen tundra.
That's exactly it is. Okay, I want that job.
If you're able to survive, that is a good start.
Jeez.
If you can't manoeuvre out here, it seriously hinders the output that you can have. So we like to concentrate a large chunk of our training towards mobility. It's won wars in the past, you know, with the Finnish looking at their winter war back in the 40s, and you know, going back thousands of years, it's always been mobility that's the issue.
Okay, makes sense.
I've been skied a few times. It does differ quite considerably.
In
so
Norway.
I was quite confident coming out here. I quickly realised how much more difficult it is, you know, over this cross-country terrain.
Yeah, I bet.
The nature of
I didn't expect
the Norwegian
this.
coastline is quite unique. There's a lot of places that we can secretly access this high north from the coastline, a lot of hidden places. But we do need specialists to recce those areas prior to going in. So the shore reconnaissance teams of SRS, they do the beach recce prior to anyone else. So SRS are their surveillance and reconnaissance squadron. So they're the forefront of 3 Commander Brigade, essentially the eyes and ears of the brigade. Again, filled predominantly with mountain leaders. They're
It's
the
crazy.
pointiest
I
end
know.
of the stick
Same.
when it comes to 3 Commander Brigade.
Go climb that mountain.
So beautiful
For the
though.
United Kingdom, Norway is our closest
Yeah.
Arctic partner. And whilst that interest has perhaps waxed and waned, whilst other events have been occurring, there's little doubt now, with the Northern Sea route beginning to open up, and what we're seeing is increased competition, perhaps starting to emerge around the Arctic.
Okay.
Really, our role is to help ensure that those threats do not materialise by being able to show the role the United Kingdom would play if those threats were to start to become manifest.
That's awesome.
It's so beautiful, but also so cool.
So we definitely go heavy on the fight phase, because that's where the real difficulties are encountered, and that's where the development and experience is gained the most.
Okay.
We had already done 2 weeks skiing and getting ourselves prepped for the final phase. It was just a little bit more difficult than putting all your tactical responsibilities, incorporating that into the basic stuff that you learned prior.
I'm sorry. I'm just
Look at
like, I'm just sitting here thinking like, my God, what it takes to go through this stuff. And I know this is just one aspect. Sorry, I'm trying to
Exactly.
fix your microphone for you there. One aspect of training and being in the military in general. But what a very intimidating aspect of it.
And intense.
Let us know, please, in the comments if you have ever been part of this, if you've ever trained
Oh,
in
yeah.
Norway. I want to know. And also,
Yeah,
damn,
absolutely. Hats off to you if you've
Yeah.
been there. Been through
damn,
this. You're amazing. You're a
damn,
rock star.
damn. And our Norwegian friends, if you're watching, hopefully you are, what are your thoughts on this? We'd love to hear that.
So the idea in a future conflict of small, agile commando teams at reach causing absolute mayhem will force them to deal with the problem one way or another.
Hopefully that never happens. That's what will await you if it does. Dang. It's making me nervous. I don't know why. I mean, it's not like an actual war or anything, but still. Wow. That, oh, no. Hold up. Proof they're stormtroopers after all. We have now proof that the Royal Marines
Are actually stormtroopers.
are stormtroopers. Look at that.
In
That's
disguise.
lasers. That's a laser.
That is a laser.
That's not a bullet. If you're just now tuning in, we're looking at we have now confirmation that the United Kingdom's been lying to us all. And the fact is, there really are stormtroopers with lasers.
They're real.
The picture shows it. You
It
see what
does
up?
show
That's
it.
awesome.
You
Look
can
how
tell
look
for-
how the snow's even blue.
I'd have to agree.
This video is just awesome. Pew pew pew. I want to hear that instead. I do. You saw it too. You saw it. I don't need to rewind it. Do you get used to the
Wow.
cold once you've trained there after a while or
These
not?
smaller
think you
teams
do.
will be able to blend into that background, cause the damage, and evaporate again.
Wow.
And that, for me,
scary.
as a commander,
Yeah.
is a genuinely exciting prospect.
Terrifying one to me.
As always, Marines are badasses.
Yeah. The military in general. Are the Marines the
Yes.
only ones that that go there for this? That train there? Or do other
Good
branches
question,
of the military?
but I would think other branches would too,
I don't know.
maybe in different ways.
Do any Americans do that?
Yeah, I would think so.
You don't know.
Probably not in
think so.
Norway, but somewhere.
I want to know.
But maybe in Norway.
Again, please, we forgot to say, if you like us in the channel, please hit the like button. Consider subscribing to the channel. But I'm going to look that up real quick while Debbie says stuff.
I could not imagine being out there in those conditions, having to ski, go get in the water and freeze, get out, and
Get out.
learning to drive on the ice. That would be hard too. And then
Yeah.
building a shelter and being able to still survive out there in those freezing conditions.
So Google says, yes, American soldiers do train in Norway as well. And they do so in a variety of exercises programs. Exercise Arctic Shock. In March 2024, the U.S. Army and Norwegian soldiers participated in this exercise, which involved an airborne jump from Alaska to Norway. Damn. Oh yeah, we could do Alaska. The exercise demonstrated the ability of U.S. Army forces to rapidly deploy to different regions. Okay.
There you go.
But there's a lot more than that. There's a lot more than that
Mhm.
here.
How everybody can work together, use their own,
Yeah.
specialties in their area
Yeah.
to help each other out.
Absolutely.
Plus their climates, their conditions, stuff
Yeah.
like that too.
Mhm.
Help train for any incidents that might arise.
Yeah, and again, hopefully we never have to use any of that
Mhm.
stuff. That the whole point here is to not have to, but to be prepared, right?
Exactly.
I mean, it is what that is. And again, sincerest thank you to all veterans that have served and those that are serving currently. We tremendously respect you and
Mhm.
see you, and thank you.
Yes, thank you for your service.
And we thank you for watching and hope that you'll return on Sunday for a very special Remembrance Day episode. I'm sorry, I'm trying not to be awkward. So thank you guys so much for watching. We appreciate you, and we'll see you on Sunday. Until then, guys, don't forget, as always, to love like Jess.
And be as strong as Tyson.
Bye.
Bye.